Princess Charlotte has always been known for leading a quiet and private life, keeping quiet from the public and paparazzi. However, today, she has attracted a lot of attention from all over the world when she finally lets her voice be heard. For the first time in a long time, her words are making headlines and leaving everyone in awe. She is obviously a princess, but she is also quite the tomboy. You know, she loves climbing trees and is very much an adventurer. Princess Charlotte of Wales, the granddaughter of King Charles III and the second child of Prince William, is a stunning and alluring young royal who has drawn a lot of attention from all over the world. Since her grand entrance into the royal family, she is always seen with a cheeky, radiant smile and a bright expression, demonstrating her strength and courage very much alike. Please join us as we unravel everything that happened. Despite the world's constant admiration for her and the stringent rules she must follow, the princess has a unique charm that transcends the benefit of being born into a rare reflection of her humility and the love she freely spreads, even at such a young age. Her inner childhood has frequently hinted at itself in various adorable forms. She is a happy, self-assured, and cheerful little girl who loves to perform. During a family outing at the Royal International Air Tattoo, the princess was effortlessly interacting with the crowd, giggling and waving her hands as she greeted them. This moment left a heartwarming impression in many people's hearts and demonstrated the princess's playful side. Despite being a royal princess, she was seen occasionally looking curiously at cameras and other times bouncing in her steps as she walked with her family. Princess Charlotte and her mother have a mother-daughter relationship with a special bond, especially at this time when Kate's cancer is really protecting privacy. As a result, it is significant that they are actively sharing photos of their children. In a recent video that Prin Kate shared, she announced a successful trial. She brings a friendly warmth with her and a respectful demeanor that makes it impossible to not like her. Completion of her chemotherapy treatment, and her plans for the upcoming months. The video that showed them spending time together one-on-one had provided insight into their private lives and how Charlotte behaved in her personal space. The video showed Princess Charlotte with her father, Prince William, mother, Princess of Wales, brother, Prince George, and Prince Louis, all of whom were enjoying a pleasant time together during a family walk. At one point, Princess Kate held Charlotte's hand and said something, gripping Princess Charlotte's hand and saying, "Life as we know it could change in an instant, and when it happens we have had to navigate the stormy waters and rod unknown." Her statement was her way of saying that life was so incredibly erratic, especially in the public eye and royal sphere. She reminded us that they are all too aware of the pressures and sudden changes that may come to their family due to their high-profile roles and responsibilities. It may also have meant how she prepares herself, family, and, most importantly, her children for whatever the future holds. It is a call to strength, flexibility, and resilience in the face of life's obstacles and the numerous responsibilities that fall on them. Princess Kate also understands that life is too brittle and uncertain to devote too much attention to living up to the expectations of their royal titles. Instead, they are focused on creating a strong, long-lasting bond that will not be sucked up in the midst of hectic schedules and overwhelming activities. Schedules notwithstanding, Princess Charlotte has done something so unexpected and extraordinary. After years of winning our hearts with her smiles and upbeat demeanor, she has broken her silence, transcended the casual greetings and gestures, and for the first time, spoken out, leaving the world in awe of this newly revealed aspect of her personality. Before we delve into the specifics of the unexpected messages, let's take a brief look at her background, a tale as distinctive as the princess herself. She is the second child and first daughter of Duke Williams and Duchess Catherine. She is also the third heir to the throne, with her brother Prince George as the heir. He is a big boy and quite heavy, but we're still working on a name, so we'll have that as soon as we can. But this is the first time we've seen him. Princess Charlotte's background really getting a chance to catch up. It's really emotional, and it's such a special time. I believe that any parents would agree that her birth probably happened at around 8:35 in the British summer. Not only was it a time of celebration for the royal family, but the entire world was watching to celebrate the arrival of the princess, and we couldn't miss it again. Another thing that made her birth particularly memorable was that she was the first female child in. We have agreed to implement the male primogeniture rule for all descendants of the Prince of Wales, meaning that if the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge had a little girl, she would eventually become our queen because of succession to the throne. This will end the male primogeniture rule in the royal family after more than 25 years of male dominance, and she will also be the first female royal to maintain her position in line despite having younger brothers. The news of her birth spread around the world, with everyone congratulating Prince William and Princess Catherine of Cambridge. It was announced on Twitter, a few hours after the delivery, that Her Royal Highness the Duke of Cambridge had safely delivered a daughter. The Act of 2013 states that the eldest child could inherit the throne regardless of gender at the time of her birth. Queen Elizabeth II was still alive, and Princess Charlotte was her fifth grandchild. Her joy knew no bounds that she got to meet her great-granddaughter. The Duke of Cambridge was present for the birth at 8:34 this morning, and the baby weighs 8 pounds 3 oz. This was followed by an official declaration on an easel placed in Buckingham Palace. Gun salutes and volleys fired in Hyde Park and the Tower of London to honor her. There were many well wishes and celebrations after the announcement, and everyone was thrilled that it was a girl. We have been waiting a long time, and today, my dear, she is a beautiful little girl. People gathered outside the West London Hospital, cheering and celebrating the arrival of their new princess, carrying cardboard papers with written remarks, holding up flags, and singing. Notable landmarks were painted pink, and even the London Eye was lit up in pink to commemorate her birth. Her name was revealed on May 4th as Charlotte Elizabeth Diana, which is a combination of her grandfather King's and her own. The jacket is nice, and it's a girl who is brilliant. In reference to both her physical appearance and her lively personality mixed with cheesiness, many people say she resembles her great-grandmother Queen Elizabeth, and we agree. Fans have dubbed her the Mini Queen because of her striking resemblance to the Queen. Shortly after her birth, she joined her family in official photos taken by her mother, the Duchess of Cambridge. The photos were widely circulated by the media because they provided a first glimpse of what she had a close relationship with her family, particularly with her older brother Prince George, whom Princess Charlotte had supported from a very young age. In July 2015, she arrived at St. Mary Magdalene Church for her christening, wearing an Honiton lace and satin gown, the royal family's traditional christening gown that is a replica of the original Victorian heirloom from 1841. Tonight, the newest member of Britain's royal family, 9-week-old Charlotte, was baptized. Charlie Daga is in London for a traditional ceremony that included symbolic elements like baptizing her with Jordan River water and a silver gilt font, which is typically used for royal christenings. Since the day she arrived at the palace, she has been the center of attention, constantly attracting the attention of people worldwide. As she grew up, she quickly gained a reputation for her lively personality, which usually brought her a little happiness. In her early years, Charlotte marked a new phase and a more modern feel to the monarchy. Her unique bond with her older brother, Prince George, and her younger brother, Prince Louis, is captured in engagements that involve them much. Her cheeky expressions and confident demeanor captured many hearts in her very first public appearances. She is regularly spotted waving towards the crowds with natural ease, propelling some playful and poised touches that have become her signature. Since she was a young child, Charlotte has taken on a protective and caring role for her brothers, especially Prince Louis, who she frequently seems to guide and nuzzle through events with a very tender, gentle approach that has won her a lot of affection. Charlotte also started going to public events and ceremonies, where her charisma did all the talking at Trooping the Color, an annual parade for King Charles III's official birthday celebration, where she was frequently spotted waving at the crowd. Princess Charlotte's first solo outing occurred in 2022 when she was 7 years old. She was accompanied by her parents, Prince William and Princess Kate, and joined relatives, including her great-uncle, Prince Edward, and his wife, Sophie Countess of Wessex, at a swim meet at the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Particularly in 2019, the young princess playfully stuck her tongue out to the crowd for a brief moment, capturing the attention of the media with her carefree spirit. Together with their kids, she wore a striped dress and wore her hair in braided pigtails to the back. She was seen smiling and laughing a lot, while she sat among the spectators, with her mother sitting next to her, explaining the various games. Later, the princess joined her father, Prince William, to wish you a special message of good luck. We both want to wish the Lionesses the best of luck for tonight, because you've done amazingly well even though the family's legacy leans toward tradition. Princess Charlotte's parents, Prince William and Catherine, are committed to providing their young daughter with a well-rounded upbringing that strikes a balance between her royal duty and the dangers of childhood. They are keen to ensure that she and her brothers have as good of a childhood as possible. Competition. And we're rooting for you the entire time. Good luck, I hope you win. much normally as possible while growing up understanding their special role, as well as the values that would guide them throughout life. Princess Charlotte has been raised to be kind, humble, and service-oriented by her family's dedication to public life, which will help her in any future role she plays within the monarchy. However, as she ages and introduces the values of a new generation, her role in the royal family will undoubtedly change. Passion to her role. And as one of the most beloved young royals, she is well positioned with her charisma, confidence, and family guidance. Symbol of future continuity. Yet regardless of her function, she is certain requires a good education to deal with it. So let's examine the princesses. The amount of money she has invested in her schooling will astound you. Princess Charlotte's schooling royals don't simply go to any school or pursue a part-time education because of the obligations on their shoulders and the royal demands that they fulfill for her. Princess Charlotte started her formal education at the age of 2 in early 2018 at the Wilcox Nursery School, a private nursery school located in a church hall not far from her family's Kensington Palace home. Her parents chose the school because they believed it would provide her with a well-rounded upbringing and academic excellence. In contrast to her brother Prince George, who started at Thomas Battery at about the same age. The head teacher said in a statement released back in May that the team working at Wilcox School is said to have a system of fun and structured mornings, with a playful space where kids take their first steps of learning to read, write, and understand simple numbers. Well, I have a story from the UK. Princess Charlotte began her first day of school today, and she arrived with her family. Look at her right there with her brother. After summer, Charlotte joined her older brother Prince George at Thomas's Battery Preparatory School in London, which is only a few miles from the family's Kensington Palace. The school has 560 students, ages 4 to 13, and charges £350 to £4,073 per term, which adds up to £9,150 or about $112,000 for the 3 terms. On her first day, she was wearing a $150 burgundy razor-bill wool coat with a stone-colored tight, red shoes, and a red bow to go with it, aimed at creating citizens with empathy, a trait that her parents would want to instill in her and her siblings. Photographers captured the knots, and little Charlotte looked adorable in her new navy blue uniform, with her hair pulled back in a ponytail. On September 5, 2019, at the age of 4, she returned to school with her parents, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and her brother, George. Notably shy in front of the cameras, she was seen holding her mother's hand and occasionally hiding. However, her father, Prince William, stated that she was very excited about her first day at school. She was known as Charlotte Cambridge. Her parents purposefully gave them different names to give them a normal childhood. At school, Thomas's Battery has also helped Charlotte develop her confidence and compassion. Behind her, this was unusual for Princess Charlotte, who usually displays confidence in front of the crowd. We assume this was a case of first-day nervousness. Guarantees that she gets an education that balances tradition and modern skills, such as learning French, computer, music, theater, and ballet, preparing her for her special role in the royal family and for her future pursuits. In 2022, she and her brothers George and Louis started attending Lambrook, an independent preparatory school in Berkshire, after moving to Adelaide Cottage and Windsor Home Park. However, even if she doesn't get all the degrees, watch to see why she has the Princess Charlotte effect. She's so calm and put together that you almost can't read what's going through her head. She sort of mastered the royal approach to public appearances at a very young age. After Princess Charlotte's first appearances, it didn't take long for the world to realize how much of a style icon she would be. From her first footage taken as a baby, the items, despite being a child, stores and brands have found that items seen with Princess Charlotte, such as clothing, jewelry, accessories, and even toys, have a high demand and sell out as soon as she is present. This phenomenon has been dubbed the Princess Charlotte effect and captures her significant influence on public and consumer trends. It has been shown that her presence can significantly increase sales of those items by garnering a lot of media attention. Within a few hours of her birth, her parents were standing on the lingo wing with Charlotte, draped in a 68 EUR shawl. Within minutes of the appearance, the shawl's makers began receiving a lot of requests from parents who were desperate to get a similar style because they had never seen such an iconic moment. Gillian Taylor, director of the company at Nottingham G.H. Hurt and Sons Company, said it was a whatever brand her mother, the Duchess of Cambridge, decided to dress her up in, whether it was a dress or a handbag. It always ended up leaving an immediate and tangible impact, for the retailers and for fashion onlookers. Margarita P., the founder of the Spanish children's wear label M&H, along with her mother and brother, told Telegraph that their brand was greatly impacted when Princess. The fact that Charlotte was spotted wearing 2 of their floral dresses meant a lot to their medium-sized, 5-store brand in Spain. Normally, they only sell 10 dresses per store to avoid every girl wearing the same dress. Because of that set quantity of sales, the dress was already sold out before the photos went viral. But the demand for the dress was so great after the photos were made public that they had to begin planning the launch of an online store. Will assist in shipping their brands to the United States of America, the United Kingdom, and Europe. In some of the instances that Princess Charlotte has been spotted, her mother Kate has dressed her in nearly identical outfits to those M& floral dresses with pink cardigans. This is Kate's attempt to lessen the attention that surrounds her daughter's photos. But despite her efforts, attention has continued to grow for the young princess. According to a poll that was released, 1 in 5 parents thought Princess Charlotte was these claims have been substantiated by shopping statistics and major style setters for their children. For example, a clothing website called myonlyyears.com reported a 97% increase in sales of pink booties following the release of a photo of Princess Charlotte wearing them while on a family skiing vacation. Alex and Alexa, the online representatives for the children's wear store, said that demand for the items Princess Charlotte wore had skyrocketed in their eyes, and that more people were looking for floral dresses and pale pink cardigans. The founder of Pepa & Company, Pepa González, saw a sharp increase in website traffic after the release of Princess Charlotte's royal portraits ahead of her first birthday, which featured her sitting on the knee of her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, while wearing a pair of M&H dresses and a cardigan. This was after the first pictures of Charlotte were released the previous year, and again after another release of Princess Charlotte in a portrait of the Queen with her great-grandchildren. Even though she hasn't been featured in many carefully staged official portraits, she has had a significant impact on retailers of any of the items associated with her, thanks to her Princess Charlotte Effect brand. According to the founders of the Spanish label Pepa & Company, the royals have not only created demand for traditional Spanish style in England alone, but also throughout the world. He excitedly added that he even received an order from South Korea. Finance experts have predicted her worth to the United Kingdom to be more than 3. Her true wealth will astound you even more. According to sources, Princess Charlotte has surpassed Prince George, her older brother, to become King Charles's richest grandchild. In August 2023, Reader's Digest reported that her estimated net worth was €3.6 billion year, or $4.6 billion. Princess Charlotte also ranked higher than her younger brother Prince Louis. According to a study on celebrity children's wealth that was done by Electric Pride on Cars, the study claimed that Princess Charlotte was the richest child in the world, with a staggering net worth of €3. Despite the enormous wealth and fame surrounding Princess Charlotte, she has remained a happy royal who continues to humbly follow in her parents' footsteps. Her voice of compassion, respect, and impact transcends the walls of England as she deals with the daily step-by-step responsibilities that are gradually leading her into adulthood. Her mother, Kate, is credited with this because her fashion choices have greatly contributed to Princess Charlotte's influence and iconic style-setting advantage. Despite having a younger brother, Princess Charlotte is still the first royal woman to succeed her brother, Prince George. What kind of future do you think she will have as a queen? Please feel free to comment in the space provided below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more, and watch the video that appears on your screen. You'll love it.